The Euros final is here. It's Spain against England, and we've all got 5 free transfers. And here is my team selection. I'm going to be a bit selfish at the start of the video. I just wanted to say this is probably the last video ultimately I'm going to make before the final. My nation, England, is in it, and I'm going to enjoy myself before it. So I don't think I'm going to be doing a live stream. So this will be my final video, but also my final team selection. I just wanted to say thank you so much to everyone that's watched the videos I've made across the whole Euros tournament. It's been an absolute pleasure interacting with you all in the chat, in the comments, etc. I've really enjoyed playing the game, and yeah, just thank you so much for watching my video. So without further ado, let's get into it. Right, I just thought I'd start the video just by talking through my team and how it got on during the semi-finals. Up front, I had Kane, Mbappe and Memphis Depay. Mbappe obviously played on the first day. I had him as my captain, got an assist, 10-pointer as a captain. I decided to stick with my guns and keep with that. I was potentially going to move it on to Harry Kane, who obviously got an 8-pointer. It would have been 16 points if captain, so obviously there's a 6-point swing there. Could have worked, but I'll take my 10-pointer for Mbappe. Obviously Kane scoring his penalty, but then going off and Watkins scoring the winner. So if I was a betting man, I'd put Kane in the team, right? I think Gareth Southgate is going to start him, but England played so much better with Ollie Watkins, who could actually run in between the lines and was really causing defenders issues. So just one thing to think about, although I do think Harry Kane's place in that starting lineup for England is safe. Memphis Depay, unfortunately injured, but it doesn't matter, injured or not, he's out of the tournament. Jude Bellingham, Dani Olmo, Declan Rice in my midfield. Bellingham didn't really do anything in the game, but definitely played his part in the win. But yeah, no returns for him. Dani Olmo, obviously, with the goal, fantastic goal it was against France. And Declan Rice ticking along with the ball recovery points as he does every game. The defence, I mean, I don't really need to talk about it. There weren't any clean sheets during the semi-finals at all, so no defenders would have got clean sheet points. Just looking at the players I've got knocked out here, Mbappe, Theo Hernandez, Koundé and Maignan, so 4 French players and 3 Dutch. So we got 5 free transfers and 7 players that aren't going to make it. So ultimately, whatever my team selection looks like for the final, I'm going to have 2 players on my bench that are dead. But ultimately, like, you can pretty much predict what the starting 11s are going to be for England in Spain, right? So yeah, missing 2 players, I don't think is the end of the world. Okay, just before I get into the team then, I wanted to look at a couple sort of prediction metrics and stats. We've looked at the Elevenify stats when I went through my buy and avoid video. They have Spain as the slight favourites to win in terms of 39% for Spain to win, 36% for England, and then 25% it goes all the way to penalties. A clean sheet is 25% for Spain, 24% for England, 1.43 expected goals for Spain and 1.37 for England. And I've got another source as well, popular Twitter account that produces these kind of SpreadX data metrics, Rob T FPL on Twitter. Make sure to give them a follow. 59% Spain are to win, 1.18 projected goals for Spain and 0.98 for England, 38% chance of a clean sheet for Spain and 31 for England. So the odds in these projections show slightly different metrics, but they all point towards Spain being the slight favourites, both for scoring more goals, keeping clean sheets, and of course winning the game. So with that in mind then, I just thought I'd go through the team. So what I forgot to do was screenshot my team as it was before I made any transfers. So we're just going to have to roll with the players that I've brought in. I brought them in early because, well, I was a little bit worried about being too drunk on Sunday and forgetting to do my team. Cucurella and Carvajal, I've gone for those 2 guys from Spain. I think they're probably the 2 best Spain defenders. Looking back on my buy and avoid video, I picked them out as, you know, most likely to get attacking returns and ball recoveries compared to the 2 centre-backs. And yeah, I just think they're better, and I can afford to get Carvajal in, so why not? And Cucurella's a bargain at 4.5. Stones and Gahey, I probably would like to get Luke Shaw in there over Stones, but it would involve using a transfer. And I'm not 100% sure Shaw actually starts, but obviously we'll see the lineup before the game anyway, right? Stones, decent option. And Gahey, absolutely amazing for ball recoveries this tournament. So hopefully, even if England don't keep a clean sheet, you can get some ball recovery points. And then just based on the fact that the Spain clean sheet odds are better than the England ones, I went for Unai Simon in goal. Pretty much, you know, straight 50-50 between him and Pickford. I have 2 Spain defenders, 2 England defenders otherwise, so it's just deciding who I want to triple up with. And it looks like the clean sheet odds for Spain are better, so for that reason, I went for him in goal. Okay, I just wanted to go through the underlying attacking stats before going through the midfielders and forwards because, well, I think it's quite important to understand who are the most dangerous players in each team. So at left, we've got XG. In the middle, we've got expected assists and then a combined view on the right. So basically expected returns. As you can see, it's dominated really by the three of Lamine Yamal, Fabian Ruiz and Dani Olmo. You can see there, Nico Williams, Morata, other good options from Spain. So that gives you a view, I would say, of the most likely Spain players to get attacking returns. Done the same for England as well. You can see there XG, expected assists and expected returns. Harry Kane leads the way for XG. He's got 2, Jude Bellingham 0.6. And then beyond that, it's really, really quite low. 0.3, 0.3, 0.3, 0.2. It's really low. So basically, in terms of goal threat, I'd say it's probably being provided by Kane and Bellingham so far. And obviously, Saka and Foden are banging on the door, with obviously Saka scoring a fantastic goal in the quarterfinals. But they've been low XG, so yeah, they've shown low XG. But basically, I think what this is suggesting is not only are Spain better for clean sheet odds, but they also have the more dangerous attacking players, right? England, beyond Kane, it's pretty disappointing in terms of expected goals and assists. So what does that mean for my midfield then? Ultimately, it doesn't change. I had the 5 of Fabian Ruiz, Dani Olmo and Nico Williams, Jude Bellingham and Declan Rice already for the semi-finals. And, well, I don't need to transfer any of them out. I quite like the thought of, in my mind, the 3 best Spain midfielders in this game are Fabian Ruiz, Dani Olmo and probably Nico Williams, maybe Rodri as well. But I don't have the transfers in hand to swap them around. So I'm just going to have to roll with the players that I've got at the moment. And I'm quite happy with that. Then up front, if you remember correctly, I had Mbappe and Memphis Depay as my other 2 strikers. I've replaced them already with Lamine Yamal and Morata. Morata, obviously, a little bit of an injury doubt given that he got taken out by a photographer. I mean, we'll wait and see what happens before the final. Obviously, we get the teams beforehand, and I can't really say what my starting 11 is going to be right now without seeing what the teams are. I would probably, based on what I've got right now, I would probably bench Morata, John Stones, and maybe Jude Bellingham. But I'm not 100% sure how I'm going to play that yet. It all depends on what exact starting lineups, etc. look like. But front 3, it's really the only 3 I think you could pick at the moment. Lamine Yamal, Morata and Kane. They're all going to play as long as they're fit for their respective teams. If you're not picking them, you're kind of picking subs, right? And I don't want to be picking a backup substitute player. So ultimately, I think that's the front 3 you have to run with. I've got the captaincy on Lamine Yamal at the moment, because he's got the best expected stats for Spain, but I'm very tempted to give it to Dani Olmo as well. If I were to say, who is the most likely player to score a goal in this game, it's between the 2 of them. All right, and there we have it. That's my final team selection for the final. I hope you enjoyed that. If you did, please leave me a like rating. I just want to say again, I'm so grateful for everyone's support, watching, liking, subscribing to the channel over this Euros period. It's been, in terms of numbers on the channel, absolutely fantastic. And in terms of like my happiness and enjoyment, I've absolutely loved making the videos for you guys. Long may it continue. And if you want to stick around, I'll be making FPL content after that. In fact, I've already got a few FPL videos up as the prices have been announced, etc. You can stick around and subscribe to the Goal to Goal channel, which should be just there on your screen. And you'll see plenty of FPL content coming from me for the rest of the season. I'll leave it there. Thank you very much for watching once again, and I'll catch you in the next video.